nothing left to lose now. Everything to prove now. Long as I'm alive, I'ma fight back. My fire never cools down. I'm about to catch fire. Yeah, I'm about to catch fire. Get ready for the new me. Get ready for the new me. Try to hold me down and I go wild. Try to put me out and I go wild. I'm a fighter, a survivor. Stand back while I catch fire.
Welcome to the WSL Post Show. The action just keeps coming. Day 3 is in the bag. Big performances, huge numbers, and we are getting closer to establishing who those competitors will be that will crack finals day. On the Harvey Norman host set once again, Ronnie Blakey, Wayne Rabbit Bartholomew, Kaipo Guerrero. Kaipo, it was a big one, mate. We went from basically first light to last light, and we're wrapping up a beautiful day.
We did it again, didn't we, Ron? And I have a feeling we're going to do it again tomorrow as well.
Nothing wrong with the conditions again, Bugs. It was a little trickier for the competitors than maybe what we had on the first 2 days of competition, but it got more organised through the day.
Yeah, certainly this afternoon really turned it on at Snapper. It became that ruler edge, absolutely pumping and, amazing. It had a little bit of a sou'wester come through the middle of the day, a few ribs on the face, and then it cleaned right up again.
No dramas there, though. A big performance in the last heat of the day from Macy Callahan, who's with Stace.
Thanks, Ron. Mace, bit of a shaky start, but you pulled it together in the end.
Yeah, I think I always tend to do the opposite of what I'm told before the, early start of the heat. But yeah, glad I got those 2 waves and managed to get through.
You and Sheldon absolutely putting on a massive performance today. You guys sharing info?
I mean, his info is clearly just all behind the rock, and maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see.
Team surfing going 1-2 there. You must be proud. You and Nikki getting through.
Yeah, for sure. It's always nice when you get through with your best friend. And yes, surfing, we love it. And we had such a good time off in 2020, and we all just were surfing together and really inspired each other, and it was cool to have a heat with her.
And entering any triathlons soon, you and Nikki?
Definitely not. Oh my God, I kind of already knew I was physically not very fit, but that really proved a point in that run around. So yeah, I'll just stick to the paddling around, I think.
You were a good nipper as a kid, weren't you?
Yeah, that was only because my parents made me do it. Yeah, once I got a little older, that definitely went downhill.
Well, I think the good news for you is I think your swell's going to maybe come a little more out of the east towards the end of this week, so it could be that reverse current, which should suit you nicely.
Yes, fingers crossed.
Thanks, Mace.
Yeah, great performance from Macy Callahan, and she proved herself on the qualifying series here regionally, had a couple of huge victories, Bugs, and again this afternoon proving that she's of the calibre that can take out an event like this on the Challenger Series.
Yeah, Macy's been really strong, through the regional series in a whole bunch of events around the place. She's had a great record this year, and I think she's going to keep the roll going.
One of the big stories at this contest, Kaipo, Sally Fitzgibbons. Of course, we're all surprised to see her fall below the cut line over there at Margaret River, but she's come here with a renewed purpose and really fired up to get a big result. And again today, dropping big numbers.
Yeah, I feel, as we look at the first 5 events of the CT, did not fulfill her own expectations, but now she's right back on track over here and looking just money in the beautiful walls of Snapper Rocks. Sally Fitz doing what we're accustomed to seeing her do.
Yeah, I guess in the heat of the moment, Bugs, we were calling action in this heat, and you're kind of watching it all unfold, but reviewing the performance from Sally again, especially that opening ride, deep cuts in the face of the wave, great combinations, incredible variety on show as well.
Yeah, no, Sally was really on, and she came out of the blocks. Her wave choice was excellent, and her repertoire was too. She knows this wave very well. She's had, oh gosh, she must have had 40 heats out here.
Yeah, I'm impressed by what I'm seeing from Sally. Just her attitude too, Kite.
Yeah, look at that. Having a good time with the fans. Always smiling, really cheerful. She's just a bright light when she enters the room, and it's really nice to see her move on.
Yeah, most definitely. Solid numbers for Sally. Luana Silva, too, putting in another strong performance. She had the highest single score of that heat. Didn't really find the big backup number, but positive signs for her as well.
Yeah, Luana Silva, I'd love to see her have a nice run through Australia in the Challenger Series and really set herself up for re-qualification for 2023.
Well, a young Australian whose star was on the rise last year, getting a wildcard opportunity in a championship tour event, is Dylan Moffat, but missed the regional qualifiers due to a knee injury. Got back just in time to get the call up to compete and surfed his second heat today, and again performed so well, Bugs. He's on the attack.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about Dylan. He is on the attack from the word go, and punctuated by that great tube ride. But gosh, once he opens up, he just goes. There's nothing left of any wave.
Yeah, we were calling this one, Kipes, and it was the big finish that really kind of, I think, reminded Dylan that he's capable of fetching big scores, and I think throwing big turns to match the best.
Yeah, we were speculating over the taped up knee, and a lot of that, we were worried maybe he was nursing an injury, but not at all. Look at this performance here, snapping off the top, and then that finish, throwing the tail, limber as could be, and rides out. That was spectacular.
Kind of one of those turns, if you're sitting out the back and you're looking in and you see fins explode out the back like that, and then you don't see the head of the competitor, you're kind of relieved, but he popped back up to his feet. I love it. It's just such a refreshing approach to an end section these days when typically you see guys load up and throw the air reverse. Dylan Moffat, all power, all grunt, and a heat score total of 15.04. Alistair Regginato, too, worthy of a mention. He continues his run after winning the trials.
Could be a dream run.
Could be a dream one. This was another exceptional heat. Kelly Slater, anytime he hits the lineup, everyone's paying close attention. Again, a huge crowd coming down to Snapper to watch it all unfold. But sadly for Kelly, someone got the jump on him, Bugs.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kelly, when he was walking up the beach, he had the... He slipped off his board a bit, but this performance here was just sensational by Leo.
Yeah, Leo kind of ran away with it, didn't he? Early, took control. Slater had himself in a great position, Kaipo. His surfing looked sharp. He refigured the fin setup and got himself on the quad, and it was just moving at such a great pace.
Yeah, everyone was playing chase in this heat to Leo Fioravanti just because he came out with such grit and such performance, really showing that he wants it. But Slater had him, pretty much in control, I felt, most of this heat, and then this happened. Cam Richards found the cavern when he needed it, got the score, and disposed of Kelly Slater.
Yeah, well, Kelly took an uncharacteristic fall, slipped up at one point, and Cam Richards capitalised, found the barrel. Bugs, you loved it. You thought it was the best backhand barrel that we've seen.
Oh, it was by far. He was slotted so deep, and then he combined it with some great backhand work on the inside. It was a big score and well deserved.
Yeah, Kelly, he was bummed. I think the crowd was too.
Yeah, and it was a nice moment with Leo and Kelly Slater. I mean, Kelly really nurtured Leo through a lot of his formative years developing as a surfer. So, I mean, I think Kelly's got to be proud of Leo in a kind of a weird way.
A weird way, but he is obviously going to be really focused on the championship tour now and that next stop over at G-Land where he's been victorious in the past. So that'll be a lot of fun to see how he performs there. Such a good barrel rider. It should be fantastic for him. But one of the stars of today put in a really strong performance, dropped big numbers on us once again, and he's going to own the Boost Mobile wave of the day. It's Zeke Lau. Let's check it out. This guy has so much power here, and he's gone excellent here in the past. He's had a perfect ride out here. So not surprised to see him continue that kind of form.
Yeah, and also don't forget, this was in the last minute of the heat, and he had just moved from second to third, and he just pulled it out of the fire. This was the best heat of the day, in my opinion. Like, all four surfers surfed great, but Zeke showed his class on this one.
He showed some stamina too. He didn't let up on this ride, Kipe. So aggressive and heavy-footed right throughout the wave.
I mean, the guy's a warrior. He doesn't give up. He's going to battle, and it's just in his personality to really bring that fight to the wave and bring that fight to every single time he puts on a jersey. A lot of discipline, but when he had the opportunity, he executed, and that's what led to the success.
Yeah, and he was just heartbreakingly close to making that cut line. So, yeah, he looks like he's got a little bit of anger that he wants to let out too on these long walls, and he's actually putting together some of the best performances we've seen from him all year long. So expecting big things from Zeke as he powers through the rounds. We're going to take a quick break here, but stay with us because the top five is just around the corner. Thanks for staying with us for the WSL Post Show. We're getting through a lot of competition in these first 3 days, but we've still got 4 heats to go in the women's round of 32, and one big matchup I'm really looking forward to, and it should be the probably the first heat of tomorrow morning, Kaipo. It's a huge one. Tyler Wright, Coco Ho, Tatiana Weston-Webb, and Vahine Fierro, and I just can't wait to watch this one unfold. I think it's very evenly matched across the board. What are your thoughts?
2 regular foots, 2 goofy foots. You're going to see that contrast in styles with their stance. And, I mean, you got to take Tyler is the clear on paper is going to be the favorite here. But Coco's surfing so far has been on point. We already know what Tatiana Weston-Webb can do on the back end. And the youngster, Vahine Fierro, I'm a big fan. So there's going to be a big opportunity for the Tahitian.
Yeah, your insights, Bugs, on that one. Who's going to take the win?
Well,
come on, mate.
Well, I think Kaipo really nailed it. I mean, sentimentally, I'd like to see Coco get back into the mix. You know, she's one of my favourite surfers.
Yeah, I agree with Kipes too in just the form that she's showing. She's one of those surfers that I think a break from competition served her very well. Really has stepped up, looking at a different speed, and I think a bigger turn from Coco now, bigger arc in her manoeuvres. So, yeah, she's going to be hard to beat, but it's a very tough heat, and it could go either way. Thinking of the men's round of 24, there's some big matchups being established there already, and let's look at one of the biggest. Zeke Lau, Cam Richards, Julian Wilson. What a test for Julian in his return to competition.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have his hands full with the Warriors, Zeke Lau and Cam Richards. He seems to be in sync out here, and he's going to show, you know, a little bit of difference over there on the backhand. This is going to be one to watch, and, you know, last place in these 3 surfer heats are just exiting competition.
Pretty interesting, Bugs. You've got a guy who's so accomplished in Julian, but kind of stepped away from the CT. Zeke Lau, he's been there very recently, been getting big wins, wants to get back to the CT, and you've got a guy that's never been there in Cam Richards, who's a very exciting talent and has great chops in the barrel. Unbelievable backhand that we've seen on show. So expecting that to be a fantastic fight for a place in that next round. But let's have a look at the top 5 moments. There's been plenty to break down, plenty of big rides and huge scores. But this guy just keeps delivering. Callan Robson dropping one of the numbers of the event types.
The hammer goes down. He's always building stuff or breaking stuff down. The workmanship on his surfing, the rail game, the power, and just throwing spray out the back, but just so solid on his board every single time. Gaining fans every time he surfs a heat, Ronnie.
Yeah, the airs really haven't come to play just yet. Callan Robson, big rail turns. And obviously big fans as a result, but it's been the big committed rail turns and high impact finishes that have fetched the biggest numbers, and Bugs, Dylan Moffat had a beauty here.
Yeah, Dylan Moffat was just on fire today, and gee, that tested his knee out right there and it came through. He's a radical surfer. He only knows one way, it's attack.
Yeah, solid stuff from the North Narrabeen surfer, looking very sharp. Coming in at number 3, Malia Manuel, just finding one of the dream rides today.
Just a beautiful drainer there. Blows a kiss to the crowd in a salute. Beautiful person, beautiful surfing, beautiful barrel.
Sheldon Simkus, Bugs, he knows his wave so well, so deep behind the rock.
Yeah, look, this is a 4-second ride. They got him a 7.83, and this secured his place in the heat, and that's how you take off behind the rock. You just fall into the barrel.
Almost blew his shorts off. Unbelievable. How's the spit on that thing? Coming in at number 1, though. We're going to see it again. Solid stuff. Zeke Lau. What a performance today. And like you said, Bugs, in the dying stages, he'd been pushed back into 3rd place and needed to really bank a big number to get himself up into the top position.
It was an amazing performance because, you know, he'd looked at the winner all the way. This is the wave right at the end of the heat. An incredible barrel, deep as can be. And then he just went into Zeke mode, just attacking the wave all the way down. As Kaipo said, the warrior.
Just the composure right after the barrel. Knew he had to do more work on the face even after that completion, and just calmed himself, got to work, brought the power, brought the variety, screaming down the line, and just throwing trees out the back. Beautiful surfing, powerful surfing from Ezekiel Lau.
Yeah, I really just loved how strong he finished. Typically, we've seen with that much work down the line, surfers kind of almost buckling Kibes. Their knees almost giving out on that final section, but he just didn't let up. It was a relentless assault, and it warranted a very big number, the biggest that we saw all day.
There's a lot of hunger out there. You know, the real thing is you've got the surfers who have re-qualified and made the cut. How hungry will they be? They've had a few heats under the belt now, and then you've got this young brigade coming through. You've got those that want to re-qualify. It's on.
You got me thinking about dinner, Bugs. But let's talk about the conditions, because today was another great one. What's expected for tomorrow?
Oh, look, I think much the same. It really cleaned up this afternoon. There's still really good wind in the window predicted for tomorrow. That's a big factor here. And the swell just keeps coming. You know, we're on a bit of a wave train.
Those big matchups are coming together, Kibes, and the ones that we spoke of are just a couple in what's going to be a big day of competition.
It's going to be a big day. It's going to be an exciting day. It's going to be something that you don't want to miss. I mean, I already feel it that we're going to come probably into better conditions and better waves tomorrow.
Well, let's get home and get to bed.
I was going to just stay right here.
Yeah, you can. No, you're welcome to it. The Harvey Norman set is very comfortable. But we will leave you with today's highlights and see you bright and early to get competition back underway.
Praise be to the true creator. Women is the one who made ya. She the matriarch, got no room for the haters. Yeah, if you can't handle it, then see you later. Amen.
Great conditions here at Snapper Rocks for the Boost Mobile Gold Coast Pro. Competitors finding themselves on beautiful waves, just reeling on by.
I've been going through the motions, sun dancing around the totem. I've been sipping on the elixirs and I'm down in shots of potion. I've been dragging, need the coat and seeping in the
Sheldon taking off deep behind the pocket once again. He's gonna get spat out.
The vacancy, but I don't see no space for me in mayo heavy industries. They feel I'm incomplete. Swinging off the hinge, you see. Cause all these doors they slam in my face continuously.
5.37. It's just shy.
I have a feeling we're going to see a fair bit of emotion come out of him at the moment.
Praise be to the true creator. Women is the one who made ya. She the matriarch, got no room for the haters. Yeah, if you can't handle it, then see you later. Amen.
Oscar Berry driving down the line. Dropped in on by Rayo Inaba, who had priority.
And I don't wanna fight, no, I don't wanna fight no more. Amen.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.